Hey everyone, Mike Mulligan here from Blind on the Move, and in today's video I'm going to be demonstrating how to use the Amazon Alexa accessibility feature called Show and Tell on Amazon Echo's Show devices. So let me show you how it works. So I think the Show and Tell feature that is automatically built into these Amazon Echo devices is a really cool accessibility feature, especially for people who are blind and visually impaired. And essentially what it is doing is using the camera that's built in, which I'll talk about in a little bit, to identify products that are held up in front of it. So this can be really helpful, especially in the kitchen or different places where products are hard to tell the difference because there's not labeled, there's no braille, there's nothing on them to tell them apart. Using this device that can just be left on a counter or anywhere within the house can be a great way to identify those products. So let me show you how it works. So in my hand here I have an Amazon Echo device. This is an 8th generation, but this skill, Show and Tell, can work for several generations prior to this, so you don't need the newest generation of the device for it to work. You will need to be connected to the internet with your device. And I also want to mention that the Show and Tell feature is relatively easy to learn and use. It is not that difficult. It doesn't take a lot of training. And when you open it up for the first time, which I'll show you in a little bit, there's actually a pretty good verbal tutorial on how to use it. So now I'm going to switch up the camera view a little bit to show a little clearer picture of this Echo Show device and then go through the step-by-step instructions on how to use the Show and Tell feature and demonstrate it on a product. So on my table here I have an Echo Show device, and this device is designed to primarily stay on a workstation, say a table, a desk, even a countertop. It's not meant to be mobile and moved around. But I want to talk about some of the key features or buttons on this device that you'll need to know to properly perform the Show and Tell function. So on the front of the Echo Show device there is a screen. And then on the top right, when I'm looking straight at the screen, there is a camera. So at the top right of this device, it's a little hard to see there. Another way to find it is there is a switch that closes and opens the camera. And right below that is the camera. So that's on the top right of the device. There's some volume buttons, and then there's a mute button, and in the back is where you plug in the device. So after you familiarize yourself a little bit with the device and where the camera is, you're going to grab the item you want the Show and Tell function to identify. So right now in my hand here I have Kind breakfast protein bars. It's a box of 8 bars. So that's what I'm going to be using for an item just for this demonstration. So when you're ready to have your product identified, you're going to use the command, Alexa, what is this product? And that will open up the Show and Tell feature. So before I open up the feature and demonstrate how it works, I want to talk a little bit about it because once I open it, it's hard to give all the instructions before it goes off. So the way it'll work is when it is open, the screen will turn on and you'll actually, if you have some vision, maybe be able to see yourself or your background because the camera turns on. And you're going to hold up your product about a foot away from the camera and about a foot off the working surface. So in this case, it's this brown table I'm sitting at. And you're going to hear a slow kind of chime or tone that will indicate that the product is not being read yet. And what you're looking for is a sound that is a beeping sound, and that means the product is in view and that the device can read it. And when you start to hear the beeping, especially for products that are round, you're going to want to turn it maybe a little bit to the left and pause for a second, turn it to the right and pause for a second, and that helps the device see the whole picture of what the product is. And once Alexa has identified the product, it'll read it out loud what that product is. So let me show you this in action. I won't give much description, I'm just going to do it. Alexa, what is this product?
Let's see. I think that's Kind breakfast bars. For more info on this product, say, Alexa, details.
Alexa, more details.
Contains 1.76 ounces, Kind breakfast protein almond butter bars.
So the Show and Tell feature did a great job of identifying the exact product that I was holding up, and it also gives some more details if you need it. So it's a great way of just quickly identifying those products. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this little video tutorial was helpful in learning more about the Show and Tell feature on the Amazon Echo Show devices, and have a wonderful day.